through two different kind of surveys that we have conducted over a period of time. The first survey will be about the hiring trends, and the second survey will be about the salary trends. So both we will be covering one by one. Overall, this is how the flow will be. So we expect to complete hiring trend survey of in half an hour, and then the last half an hour. And so we will be sharing the salary trend survey. So please note that here we will be sharing the details, but the complete document about this will be available on our website. And we will also have a PDF file later we will be sharing. And if you want, you can keep a PDF or you can simply access it from the website also. That way, the links we will be sharing later. So before we get started, a bit about TechWriter Tribe in case anybody is here joining first time. Yeah, incidentally, so if not for TechWriter Tribe, but in general, we have just completed 5 years of our online meetings in March. In March end in 2020, technically first time ever we went for the online meeting. That time TechWriter Tribe did not exist. Okay, so some of us joined, so 7 to 8 members. Some of them are here, so I can see Anandita, Pallavi, and a few others who are there. And the online meetings started, and then slowly we got into different kind of requirements based on the demands of people around us. We slowly formed a company, TechWriter Tribe. For that, the five years will be completed in June. So 5 year celebrations for the company will start later. Right now, it was just for your information. In general, what do? We work on these mottos: share, care, and prepare. Overall, for this, we have different means and modes. First, we have different kind of WhatsApp groups, different Telegram group also for jobs. WhatsApp groups are there for cities and all, where free flow of interaction can happen for city or regional levels. And apart from that, now we also have topic-based WhatsApp community where anybody from any city can join. Technically, it's based on topics, whichever topics interest you. All the topics are, so far we have around 13 to 14 groups in that, where based on the topics you can join whatever topics interest you, and people are discussing just the topics. For example, API documentation, docs as code, style guide, anything you want to discuss. So those are the groups, and jobs are getting shared in the WhatsApp groups of cities also. And apart from that, we have a common platform that's called Telegram jobs group, where anybody can share jobs of technical writer from any city. So different modes, and this is how we intend to continue, where we are providing some information from our end, and we expect all the professionals from our field to come forward and share their information. In general, just a quick summary. So these are the groups and different kinds of activities that we have been conducting more or less almost every week. Some activities, different kind of presenters, different topics, online events, offline events. So probably we may be missing some of the initiatives. So all of you can feel free to help us by telling what kind of initiatives you need, and we will certainly love to have those initiatives also. So is in terms of conferences, we have completed 18 conferences so far in overall 7 different cities. And just last week, we completed the 5th conference in Pune, and this year we have conducted one conference in Hyderabad also. Overall, the work has been basically identified in our technical writing circle also. So this is the award we got last year during the STC conference for the best community and the most active community, and we hope to stay like that this year and going forward also. So this is about us, but yeah, the main ask from you all is, yeah, you have come here to attend an event. but you can also help the community in any ways. Yes, in groups, you can come forward, share your knowledge, ask questions, share jobs, whichever way. Apart from that, also, if you have any kind of idea, feel forward to come and discuss with us. You can spread the word. If you feel happy with us, then spread the word. And of course, you can become a volunteer. For volunteering, we have multiple kind of opportunities. All you need to do is you need to take a call. Do you want to volunteer for something? Do you have some spare time? Because all these activities run on volunteers only. So feel free to connect. And those of you who don't know me, this is me, Puneet Shrivastava, and uh, carrying an experience of around 20 years plus, and overall now with TechWriter Stripe for the last 5 years. And now we will get started with the trends. So again, before we get started, so thank you all for joining. So what we are doing today in two parts. First, we will talk about the hiring trends, the result that we have got from a survey conducted. And then second, we will share the results of salary survey report has been shared already in bits and pieces before. It was conducted last year. So that will be the salary survey report of 2024. But yeah, the salary survey report is not just about the numbers. It's about many more interesting things also. Um, so one by one, we will do that. In between, if required, after the hiring trends, we will take a small break. If not required, we will continue the discussion. We will take the call then. So let's get started with hiring trends. So the reason for conducting this hiring trends survey was, some people asked also, and many people are feeling that, okay, there is a huge problem that technical documentation field is facing due to the AI, you can say, revolution. And there are different kind of things. There are some who are feeling very positive. There are some who are feeling very, kind of negative about the future. So, and of course, there are social media posts, which I personally consider doing more harm than a benefit, because mostly many are just randomly talking about AI is impacting negatively, and there is no harm in writing social media posts. But when you talk about such sensitive issue, provide some stats, provide some data. When you say that technical writers won't exist, provide the data. But unfortunately, most of the social media posts are going like that. People are just sharing anything. So I would personally request all of you to be, aware when you read some posts. Don't just panic. Just see the field, what's happening actually around us, and those social media posts were the primary reason of conducting this hiring trends survey. And this is why we picked the data from 2022 January. Uh, yes, AI was existing before, but probably then only it started impacting the world. People knew that, okay, now you we have everywhere there is AI. So that's when it started. Yes, we did conduct multiple online events, webinars, and all to make aware that AI is a friend, not a foe. But still, whatever we could do has its own limitation. There are information coming from different other sources. So for that, we thought, how about asking the technical writers, what is the situation in their company? And let them vote for it. Let them share their personal information. And then probably we could be wrong in thinking that AI is a friend, and probably AI is actually eating up jobs, and probably there is a very gloomy future for technical writers. So that's why we conducted this survey, and that's what we will be sharing. And so there, I won't be imposing my thoughts. You will just see the survey report, and you all are supposed to assume what lies ahead for you. How is it going with AI? Okay. So here in this survey, some basic information, the overall participation, all kind of technical writers from juniors to seniors, ICs to managers participated. We had some questions, almost 9 questions, which are featured around team size, hiring shifts, then AI adoptions, and yeah, layoffs if it's happening, then that information. In total, overall, we got participation from 829 persons. Some of them mentioned their company's name, some of them did not. So based on that list, we have a mention of around 324 companies. But yes, we assure privacy. So there, we will not be taking names of any company here. We will not be naming any individual here. Okay, so we are just presenting what they submitted. So participant types, managers, directors, individual contributors of all levels, and then there are freelancers who participated. We ran this survey in our WhatsApp groups, city-based WhatsApp groups, and also on our social media channels. This survey technically ran not for a very long period. We just ran it for almost 1 week, and then we have this. So let's see what's the result. So first thing first, participation by location. Uh, Primarily, the participants were from India. There were some participants from abroad, but very few. Okay, so primarily it's the, you can say it's how in India people are feeling about it. So you can say this is the participation, and needless to say, Karnataka is equal to more of Bangalore, so that has the maximum participation, followed by Maharashtra, primarily again from Pune, Mumbai, and then some other cities. Telangana plus AP includes primarily Hyderabad, and then there are some other cities. As you know, there are remote working, plus there are companies in other cities also. For example, like there are votes from Vishakhapatnam, then in Telangana also some other cities. Kerala includes multiple cities, Kochi, Trivandrum, and other cities. NCR includes Gurgaon, Noida, uh, New Delhi, Delhi, Tamil Nadu, primarily it's Chennai, but yeah, there were votes from other cities also. And then we have others like Kolkata, we have from abroad, like we have votes from Singapore, Europe, and then some cities in US. By role, if we divide, 11.6% of the participants were the leaders, and 84.3% were ICs, and 4.1% were freelancers. Now, let's get into the questions. What were the questions and what were the answers? So question number 1 was there a change in documentation team size when compared to 2022 January versus March 2025? So of all the participants, actually the majority goes to increased 40.6%, 31.7% mentioned no change, and 27% mentioned that there is decrease. And sorry. And don't jump the guns when you say decreased. That doesn't mean it decreased due to AI. So that's why wait for the complete result, then get into conclusions. So just for the numbers, hiring strength overall, how was it in Jan 2022? Okay, just one disclaimer here. Although we have 800 plus votes, but in between what has happened, it's like 3 years. So some people switched their companies. Some people were not aware about the exact situation in 2022. And as you know, there are big companies where it is very difficult for a writer to figure out how many writers are working in their companies, because there are different BUs, they are sitting in different zones. Okay, so some of the votes were from just for one department or one particular project. It's not, that doesn't represent the whole company in some cases. So, and yeah, so as people switched, they could not mention the exact number of 2022. And yeah, of course, there are fresh people who started working as technical writers after 2022, 23, 24, somewhere. So this is not the exact, don't go by those 800 plus participant numbers. Overall, whatever data we got. So this may be a data of around 700 odd persons here. in this particular slide. So Jan 22, what has happened here when you see the number? So the teams where we had 0 to 5 members. So actually some people mentioned 0, so we are not sure why they mentioned 0. So still we counted that 0 to 5 members. 51% of the participants says that in 22 they had 0 to 5 members. 18% said 6 to 10. 14% said 11 to 20 members. 6% said 21 to 30 members. 5% said 31 to 50 members, and 2.7% mentioned 51 to 100%. So one thing to notice here is the maximum numbers that we got from a team is 100, reaching 100. And we have to maintain privacy, so we are not showing the names of companies here, but just to let you know, when we say companies, the voting came from all kind of companies, almost all the big corporates that you can think of in any city of India. Votes came from everywhere. So it's not like only, startups or smaller teams members are here. So, but the number to say is, notice the number here, maximum number in 2022 is less than 100. Let's go to 2025. Here, now when we say 0 to 5, the numbers 43%, 6 to 10, 20%, 11 to 20, 17%, 21 to 30, 7%, 31 to 50, 2%, 51 to 100, 4%, and the best part is 101 to 200, 3%. And I think there is one term which is not being captured here in the graph, but it will be in the data you will see later. There are companies which are having more than 200 people also. We have in the list 6 companies or 8 companies which mention that there are documentation team members of more than 200. So just going back, see in 2022, the maximum reported was below 100. In 2025, there are companies which are running above 200 also. Okay. Now, hiring trends increase in numbers. If we see over a period of time, team members there who said earlier in 22 around there was only 1 member. Some members increased. They either went to 2 or a bit more. This is just a rough summary. Actually, there is a data of almost 700 plus. So every data we cannot present here exactly. So just a range. So from 2 members, we saw the trend going up to 9, from 3 to 7, all these. Okay, so mostly you see the last one, 30 team member increased to 250. 50 team members increased to 100 plus. So if you see this trend and if you are able to understand the data, there is a huge increase in numbers in hiring. Remember, we are talking from 2022 to 2025. 2022, AI impact started. And of course, over a growing period of months, every month, not even every month, every week, the AI impact is increasing. Despite that, do you notice here the increase in numbers? Of course, there are a number of companies also which are increasing every month. There is new startup, but the good part is they need technical writers. They are hiring. Then the reasons mentioned by people for their team size increase, in some cases, there were more products added. In some cases, more projects were given to documentation team. As a result, scope and workload increases. This 4th point is very interesting. More initiatives from the doc team. Some people mentioned that. I hope you can understand this. What does it mean? More initiatives from the doc team. Then yes, there were company acquisition, as a result, new staffing. And then again, company saw the value in increasing the team size. So if you could mix more initiatives from doc team with company saw the value in increasing the team size, probably you have some answers. What exactly we need to do? And then, of course, jobs moving to India. Probably you may have also heard news about many companies, not only smaller companies, but even bigger companies reducing the team size abroad and moving it to India, for obvious reasons. But yes, there are reduction in numbers also. It's not so rosy all the time, right? So reduction in numbers, as you can see, there are different numbers. The worst we saw in one answer was the team size reduced from 80 to 40. Then you see 35 to 10, 30 to 20. So, yep, there are reductions. What could be the reasons? See the reasons. Layoffs happened due to global recession, due to restructuring in organization. Many companies, bigger companies especially, they have two models of hiring. One, they hire employees, other, they hire contractors also. So when they were resizing, contractors were impacted. In case you are not aware, there are some companies, bigger companies, which hire contractors, not just one or two. They have a huge team of contractors. So team resizing, of course, always impacts contractors more, whether it's documentation team or whether it's some other team. Then the companies had their budget constant, probably business not running as planned. Then there were restructuring and due to the merger of companies. And yeah, there are cases where the companies are trying to sell it does show to the investors that we are doing good, and in that case, the doc team was also impacted. So I would request all of you to see the reasons here properly. I have tried to make it as big as possible. Do you see AI the reason here? It's the vote of 800 plus people. Not a single person mentioned that AI was the reason. And we are talking about March 2025. The voting happened then. Moving on, how they are using. So 57% said they have been using AI. Officially, they have been allowed. 25% said they haven't been using, and 17% are planning. They are exploring different options. So this is, I believe, a very good number where more than 50% mention that, yeah, AI has been used officially, they have been allowed. Because when I say no, this 25%, in this no, there are percentages where some people have mentioned that AI tools are banned. They cannot use it within organization. So this is, I feel it's a good news that they are allowing AI using. Now, when those people who are already using, what are they doing? Many use AI tools, many don't, many are exploring options, many face a ban. Many have developed internal AI-based tools. And in general, when we have a question where we ask that which kind of tools are they using, if they can name it. So overall, they have named 51 different tools, and many of them mention the names of the internal tools also, but for privacy reasons, we have tried to remove those names. So you will see the popular names primarily. Now, the most popular tools out of these 51 different kind of options, the most popular tools. So number one, it looks like a competition between ChatGPT and Copilot. Copilot also, primarily people said GitHub Copilot. Some people also said Microsoft Copilot. I'm not sure what's exactly the difference. Later when we have discussion, if somebody can enlighten that. Is there any difference between Microsoft Copilot and GitHub Copilot? It will be great for me and others also. But yeah, primarily the competition is between ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. And when we say ChatGPT, there are two types of reports. One, people are using ChatGPT as is. Other, ChatGPT has been customized. Companies have bought a license for privacy reasons. Okay. Then Gemini 7.2%, Notebook LM 4.3%. In-house AI doc tools 11.5%, And apart from these four top options, which you see on right, other AI tools, 18.7%. Not allowed here, you can see 11% say they are not allowed. It's banned. They can't even use when they are at office work, even for personal level, they're not allowed to use. And 13.5% said not using now. So yeah, they are on the way to use it probably. Apart from those four popular tools, okay, just to mention, ChatGPT, Gemini, Notebook LM, GitHub Copilot. These are the most popular. Apart from that, as I said, there are other AI tools, 18.7%. So of course, there are 40 plus other AI tools. Out of that, we just got votes on some of them more than one person or more than 5 persons using. So these five came out to be the other popular ones. Grammarly, I think anyway, before AI also we were using 31%, Napkin.ai 25%, Cloud AI 18, Writer.ai 15.6%, Perplexity 9.4%. These were the other popular AI-based tools apart from the four we mentioned before. These are some of the names in case all of you are interested in knowing what kind of AI tools were mentioned. So there are a few slides here. Of course, I will not be reading all of those. You can just take a look. So this is slide number 1. This probably those of you who want to explore, you can just get an idea. This is slide number 2 on this AI tools used by doc teams. Of course, there will be many more tools, but these were the tools mentioned by the people who voted. And yeah, in case if you see something which is not relevant, yeah, we did not filter the data. For example, you see RAG. As far as I understand, RAG is not a tool. It's just a process to extract the content, but I don't know, someone has mentioned it. So anyway, we have kept it like that. So those are the tools used by doc teams. Now comes the next question. How AI has helped the doc team? So there were different kind of responses. So limited or mixed use, some are exploring, some haven't integrated into workflow, and some still feel too soon to evaluate impact. Concerns, some are not using, some said that, okay, it's confidential information, so we cannot share. Some have concern over job replacement. Some say no noticeable difference. And some actually mention not for documentation work, and some say haven't started using it officially. How about the positive responses? So how AI has helped? Probably you can match your thought also with these kind of responses. We have multiple slides about these positive responses, how exactly people are finding it. So I will not be reading it, but I'm just running through it in case somebody has any pointers they can mention. This is slide number 2 on that. How is it helping? Grammar, tone checking, editorial support, examples, quick research, handles complex implementations, daily workflow support, improves writing style, reduces time and effort, sentence reframing, and writer's block relief. Okay. Then converts formats, automates processes, improves productivity, helps in understanding concept and other explanations. Others, if you see, supports prompt-based writing, prompt bank and agents, meeting notes, data collection and analysis. And in case, although I'm sure all of you will be already knowing how it helps, in case if you know how to, how does it help to summarize and all these slides, especially these pointers that you are seeing. It was very difficult for us to get, figure out all those 800 odd responses. So we simply put it in Chat GPT, and this is what it has summarized overall. Let's come to layoffs within company. So this is interesting. When we asked the first question before that, the decrease in number in the company is tell the reasons. There, nobody said that they have seen personally that the decrease is due to AI. But when we ask these questions within company, this is again personal information. The person who has voted, it's for them. Within companies, so yes, 4.8% said yes. And here I will just like to highlight these yes came from participants from US and Europe. None from India so far mentioned yes, layoff due to AI. Yes, 5.5% said in discussion now. This of course includes India also. And so far 89% said no, no layoffs. Yes, they said reduction has happened, but yeah, no impact of AI. Other reasons. Now this is the slide. This is, I was trying to tell you where I feel very bad about social media posts where people just write anything randomly. They don't give any name, they don't give exact data, and just write negative thing where people get worried. Oh my God, AI is going to eat me up. So yep, we asked, okay, now enough of personal. Tell us from where, if you have heard from others. So 10% mentioned that they have heard it directly from a friend. So technically that means in their friend's office, it has happened or that friend has got impacted. Social media posts. 18% said that yes, they have read some social media post. They have read some social media posts, which has no mention of companies or anything, but yes, still they have seen that. And no, 71% said no layoffs due to AI. So for the conclusion is for you to draw. When we talked about personal experience, layoff due to AI, only 4% said yes. When we said if you have heard from others, 18% says they said that they have heard from social media where the posts never mentioned any names, any references, any reasons. It was just the personal assumptions. Okay, so with this, basically we had asked 9 questions, and so these were the reasons and overall the answers. Now, anybody wants to share anything on this? Any thoughts overall? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Just a sec. So by the way, okay, no questions from your end. From my end, one question. After seeing this, do you feel that, okay, I mean, what do you feel? And we don't allow any Otter AI and all, so I'm removing Pradeep. Please join without Otter AI. We don't allow these recordings separately. Anyway, we will be sharing the recordings, so you don't have to record at your personal level. Any thoughts, people? No thoughts? Shocked, relieved?
Hey, this is Showman. Good morning to everyone.
Hey, Soman.
I wanted to share some observations that I've had.
Yes,
So,
please.
I have been using ChatGPT, the private version, all right, in my organization, and I have found it pretty useful, especially because this is because from for technical writers who are not especially from the technical background, let's say programming background, or they don't have a lot of exposure with technical stuff. Okay. So ChatGPT or AI can, you can just set a prompt like if you want to, for example, understand what is OAuth, explain to a layman what is OAuth, and and voila, it can give you a very concise and nice description. All right. That actually initiates you into that concept and makes it easy for you to understand the product as well. So I have found it useful on the contrary.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. How about others?
Oh, so Puneet, Pallavi here. And I really think that these trends show that, we are here to stay. Definitely, we need to evolve and we need to learn more and use technology to our benefit. But I think this sounds quite promising,
Thank you.
is what and yeah, I should actually thank all those who really participated in this to see how the trends are going. So yes, this is good. Thanks for this.
Welcome. So, like both of you mentioned, so yes, how it is being used, and also we because it was not part of the survey, but yeah, in terms of how is it used, we have I think sessions being already conducted on how Microsoft Copilot is being used in Microsoft. Forget about other companies. How technical writers are using it. So there will be recordings available on our YouTube channel. Plus, of course, there are many persons who have already participated in multiple events. We had actually last year also conducted multiple sessions, AI, friend or foe. End result was it's a friend. So if any of you haven't seen all that, you can feel free to visit our YouTube channel and see the recordings. Most of them should be available. Okay, great. Thank you to both of you. Any other thoughts before we move on to salary trends?
Pune, this is Ravi here.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah, so my thought is that, say, few of the companies which wouldn't even start working with AI, or else didn't have any plan. Maybe in future they're going to start, or see, if we want to bring any automation using kind of this ChatGPT or AI, so there might be a fear, right? So it might affect the jobs. If you want to bring any innovation related to automating something using these AI tools, like there's a fear kind of thing that this might affect my job in future. Maybe one person is needed instead of four guys. So I mean, that's my thought. That
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thought. So what do you think about it?
Okay, so that's if you ask just me, although I would love
I mean,
people here to answer that
yeah,
question. What do you
anyone,
think?
anyone. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have one answer in the chat. So anybody wants to answer what Ravi has said, what it feels is like the fear of
Uh,
unknown?
Ravi, if I may answer, this is Showman again. All right.
Yeah, sure.
So instead of catastrophizing that AI is going to eat me up or replace me wholly, all right, uh, we should be rationally analyzing this. There are multiple use cases, many use cases where AI can be applied. For example, you can have your topic reviewed for sentence, tone, and all that. Even then, I don't trust the AI to do it completely because I still believe in the superiority of the human brain. All right, that is unique. Number one. Number two is technical writing is not just about writing. I would say go to the extent of saying that writing probably comprises just 20 to 30%. The remaining planning, strategizing, interacting with SMEs, product managers, and so on. How do you think AI can do that? probably I can visualize that a robot sitting there, like in the Star Trek movies. That is a long shot. So I do believe that technical writers will be needed because there are a lot of cognitive stuff that we do. And AI is still a machine. AI will always be a machine and it relies on data. It will evolve and we will evolve with it. But I don't see undue reason that we should be fearful. I hope I could answer your question, Ravi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think my doubt is that will it affect someone is going to innovate or uh, I'm saying that even before getting that idea, what exactly? So people might innovation might get affected because they might fear that they want to innovate using some anything like AI tools that might affect their job. Like, will it affect the thinkers who are going to innovate? That's my doubt. That's it.
Yeah, Ravi,
Puneet,
but yes, sorry.
Puneet, this is Bala. I want to make a
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
So, irrespective of what the decision is going to be around the layoffs tomorrow, you not learning these tools today will do more damage to you than you learning them. Say the section in the survey where they are not allowed to use AI tools, though you are not allowed to use AI tools, it's better to learn them in the weekend and be prepared.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Ravi, yes, your question, if I could say it like this, it's still based on what will happen. So, as Bala said, as someone mentioned, try it out. Number one. Number two, I mean, it's not only for Ravi, for anyone who thinks that, okay, this thing is going to harm me. First of all, there is no way out. Whether you like it or not, you have to work with it. Today, your company is not using, tomorrow it will be using. Okay. Secondly, when it is using, don't just think, oh, it's eating up my job. That's why I'm not getting into detail. Otherwise, it will turn into a session here based on the sessions we have conducted so far and the examples seen where people are using it in the organization. They have come and said, it's a friend. Use it as a friend. Work with it. Because AI cannot do everything. But like I think Somin mentioned, one thing I take it from a very important thing from Somin's point is when he divided, categorized that. First, we should ask ourselves, who is a technical writer? What does a technical writer do? Is technical writer's job just about taking input? Some say copy paste, some say basic edits. Is it the role of technical writer? No. That forms just one part of our role. There is much more to technical writer's role where we need time for research, where we need time to innovate, where we need time to explore what else we can do for the customer and the company's product. Unfortunately, when we will talk to many technical writers, I'm not saying majority, many technical writers, they just feel taking input, preparing a document in whatever way people want, that's their role. Now, this particular thought is in danger, especially coming to AI, because no doubt AI can present in a very beautiful way. It can take your style guide, it can follow your style guide, it can provide the structure, it can provide the language. So that basic work could be done by it, but it will come to you for editing. But beyond that, there is much more we can do. So this is where I highlighted one of the points where people said that, okay, with documents, the documentation team provided more value. Think about it. What is that? What we are not doing. So probably that will help. And this is why we showed the numbers that increase and decrease both. And at least by that slide, trust me, guys, it's not my personal slide. It's the result of people. By that slide, I see, yes, there is reduction also in some cases, but more increase I see. Now it's on you to figure it out. Why is it increasing. When 800 odd people have mentioned, some of them mentioned it decreased, but they did mention very clearly it did not reduce due to AI. Restructuring in the organization, general layoffs, is it happening now? Just because AI is here? Wasn't it happening before? So I would rather take those points from those slides.
I agree with you, Puneet. Tejaswita here.
Yeah.
Actually, upskilling yourself is required in new trend because traditional technical writing trends are not going to work. You have to be smart. You have to be tech savvy with the evolving technology. And then only you can survive. There is thank you for conducting this survey because we are just relieved knowing that AI is not the culprit to know layoffs. So yes, upskilling is most important thing for the technical writers. Obviously, human brains cannot be replaced by AI because in the phase of DDLC, requirement gathering is such a phase where your domain knowledge works, where the uh, product feature works. So accordingly, we have to document. AI is just going to squeeze your time to you generate the documentation. That's it. So thanks for that.
Thank you. That's very nice thoughts. Thanks for sharing. Okay, anyone? Any other thoughts before we move on? Okay, great then. So let's move on now